I'm going to deal with that. The issue of schedules. I think the issue of the schedules, we are going to have a conversation with the minister on that, and we understand what these schedules and explain them a little more. The experts are here on those schedules. Dry ratios, I agree. I agree that because if for example you take the fuel of soldiers who are being sent to war, and you in concert, you a civilian in concert with an army officer, you decide to steal the fuel of the army. Why should you come to the, when you're stealing the things of the army, why is it okay to go to the army, but when they are trying you say, now me, I'm a civilian? Why don't you remain a civilian and stay away from the things of the army? So Honorable Chairman Sweet, I agree with you. If they find you with army rations, what are you doing with army rations? But I think the issue again goes back to what safeguards have been put to the concerns of the members. Independence of the court, and I think this was Honorable Odu raised the issue. I think independence of the court is, like you said, is a wholesome issue. And independence of the court starts from independence, impartiality starts from composition, how they conduct themselves, and tenure. All those lead to independence. And I think the Chief Justice addressed himself severally on this issue at page 193 of his judgment, and taking oaths. He talked about taking oaths that you are talking about. Taking oaths is one of the issues of independence. Impartiality, both subjective and objective, is legal qualifications is part of the independence. How can you be independent rendering judgment when you have no knowledge of the law? Composition was part of this, tenure, manner of appointment. So all those are part of the independence. So if what we are trying to do here, honorable colleagues, is we are trying to clothe the General Court Martial with all these different tenets to try and give it an independence. Now we'll ask for your guidance if you think there is anything that we have indeed left out, and we shall.
Because you seem not to have understood me. I was addressing the two questions of impartiality and independence based on the triangular relationship between the three arms of government.
Yes.
And I think that is the gist of what the court, Supreme Court addressed, that the executive has the control. These charges are brought in the name of the state, controlled, and you are the one in charge of deciding on this and fabricating or manufacturing.
Just like...
So, yes. So, yeah, that's where I want you to know.
I get what you're saying, but I think...
And maybe now I can add this so that the army can help us understand. You talk about the oath. There are also oaths that are taken in the army, the oath to obey maybe your army commander or something like that. So if you give the example now of what is happening, and a brigadier general is now presiding over, and an order comes from a superior officer.
I think the most important...
That's what we are talking about.
I think the most important thing is that this oath that we are talking about is in the Constitution, the other one is in the Act.
And I can say there is evidence that in one of the proceedings of the court-martial in this country, before a decision was taken, it was taken to be discussed in the High Command, whether it should proceed. History has it. So that's the kind of interference we are talking about. That if a court that should make a decision then says now, we go to the High Command, whether now we should do...
And honorable...
So that's what I want.
That's what we are trying to cure here. So you can also assist us with your guidance on what you think we should add, because we have put for appointment, we have put for tenure, we have. So you could also add and say, I think you may want to add this aspect to make it better. But we will be happy to.
No, let the record be clear. That I have said it is unconstitutional under all circumstances.
No.
To try. No, I just want your record, so don't tell me to add.
I am going to show you
to escort
when I end,
that.
because I said I want to end with that. I want to show you that you are wrong. That not even the Constitutional Court said that, not even the Supreme Court said that. But I'm going to get to that. I said it was the last one. So now on the definition of service offense, the purpose of amendment of this service offense, I think we need to be clear. The Act as it is now makes the court-martial try civil service offenses and any other offense made under any law, which the court in that judgment called the civil offenses. What we are trying to do here is by saying no, service offense means only that offense which is under the UPDF Act. So all the other offenses which are in other acts is not a service offense. That's what we are saying. Then Honorable Brandon, I think I was talking about Jamil Mukulu. I think